Libra. My name's Victoria Martin, and I'm going to tell you about November 2015. Should be pretty okay for Libra, sun sign or ascendant. And let's get into it. November 2015 for everyone. You got your pick of roles, and they're not easy roles. Hero, stoic, provocateur. They're going to be big issues exploding on the world scene. They might not directly be yours, but we're all coping with it. So you want to be alert and stay cool. It's not a normal month, especially the second half. Toughen up and avoid self-sacrifice. That's my advice. Okay, so first half of November is pretty okay. We've got a Venus conjunct Mars. That's good. We've got the new moon, which is the setup time. And then the challenging period starts in the middle of the month, November 16th through December 6th. Saturn squared Neptune. It's going to be kind of gothic. It's kind of medieval, visiting the medieval age. So November 23rd to 27th, the full moon is going to really be this intense drama, bringing all these medieval issues. Okay, so let's start with the good news. Venus conjunct Mars, romance, arts, and money issues heat up. It's dynamic for you. Vivid spiritual experiences, amazing dreams, maybe some help in coping with a nemesis. Maybe they outsmart themselves, or they get put on hold, or whatever. Anyway, but Venus, we have Venus-Mars conjunction in the agricultural goddess of Virgo. And we also have stars in the lion, the lion's tail, and in the crater, which is underneath. So in Virgo, we have some wonderful stars helping you to be more congenial, to negotiate. Maybe you're negotiating on the astral plane or the spiritual plane, or maybe you are thinking things through. Your dreams are working dreams, and you're confronting the shadow. That's going to help you. Also, the tail of the lion. Maybe you're picking up on signals, or you're able to signal people on a spiritual level. There are a lot of people who are gifted with visualization, or they can use their creative imagination or their visualization techniques. This might work for you. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep focusing on what you want. Use your spiritual powers. So also the environmentalists are active. In this case, you might get help from nature. Get out into nature, or maybe you have collections of things that give you a sense of reassurance. Maybe you have spiritual relationships with prosperous people, or there's some way that you can, the cup represents a vessel for sharing, so maybe you have a charity work you do, or there's some kind of spirituality that you can connect with. But overall, Venus-Mars is known for grand romance, ripe culture, sensual experiences, and best to go for the glory. Draw upon what is pleasurable, beautiful, and good in a spiritual life and your imagination. Okay, then we have a radical shift to the second house. The new moon is in your second house, so this is asking you to emphasize your survival instincts, materials, tools, and resources. So new moon tends to be introverted, so you can think, but you will want to have a bias in favor of action fairly soon to increase your security. So the new moon is in the area of overlap between the scales of Libra and the claws of Scorpio. It's kind of a good combination for second house for instincts, because you have that fairness of Libra, but you have the persuasiveness of those claws of Scorpio. And then Ophiuchus is favored. That's the shaman holding the serpent, and that might help you to, clear obstacles, to create resources. And then Centaurus is also increasing your instincts, because that's the body of the man and the body of the horse connected. Anyway, so in Scorpio and Libra overlap, we have love of our arts and academia. You can use strategy, accounting, and law, and in terms of manifesting your materials, tools, resources. But the Centaur can help you with instincts. You can be very determined, and you can reach out, to maybe more clients, or to accrue more resources and more security. The neck and the nose of the serpent is where it has a sensing ability, and so this will help with aesthetics and also with health. If something smells good, it is good. Okay, so November 9th through 13th, again, is that new moon phase. So plans should be confident builders and obstacle removers. It's a very strategic time. Use your keen awareness to see what's coming around so that you can set things up the way you want them. Okay, because this is the big issue. Saturn square Neptune is kind of gothic and medieval in the sense that organization, reality is encroaching on fantasy and mysticism. And so you get 3 chances to really flesh that out right now here in November, and then June 2016 and September 2016. The more that you can conquer that now, any kind of toxins, illusions, or trickery, the better off you're going to be in 2016. So where do you have to be serious? Well, in meetings, in your media skill set, and in communications. You really want to be very, very serious. What are you targeting as in terms of problems? This is in your health, or in your duties, or accounting systems. There might be holes or leakage. Your health might be damaged by toxins or trickery. And in terms of your duty or your job, there might be some hypersensitivity either on your part or other people's part. And so in this case, you can work on this with meetings, you can discuss it, and you can figure it out. So here in the yellow, get the authorities' help on issues of health, morality, and spirituality. If you can't handle it yourself, get some authoritative help. Well, in terms of meetings, you're known to be tough and tenacious, strategy-oriented, ambitious, and successful. And some of your work situations throughout your life have often had some kind of having it all, and maybe you work in a noble cause, you're achieving something really important with your work, and you want that sort of sense of spiritual success. But there are certain duties in accounting that have to be transacted, and maybe you're taking on too much. It's too complicated, so you have to know how to cut down. So those people or projects living in an ideal world may lack, protocol compliance. So that's where you have to bring your job or bring your duties around to what's really, realistic. This is an excellent character growth potential, and coping mechanisms and adjustments are involved. Okay, so the full moon's going to push this over the edge because there are going to be some educational experiences, some religion and philosophy. So maybe you attend a seminar, you get enlightened, or maybe you see what's going on in the rest of the world, and this ignites you. And this is conjunct the bullseye, so there's a sense of heroism. Education and travel, global awareness, and maybe some kind of religious experience will make all this much more vivid for you. So it brings on a kind of a judgment day. You can be confident and be contract-oriented in terms of religion and travel. And I think you want to guard against harsh judgments. Maybe you're seeing a different side of life. You want to be creative and remain in a state of grace in some way. So this is the most challenging time frame of 2015, actually. And how you deal with it, well, stay out of bad neighborhoods, know what you can handle. Save whatever and whomever you can, but maintain your safety and integrity. That's kind of the bottom line. Okay, so we look at the overview of the month. The first half is useful and helpful, helps you set up for problems encountered, because it looks like the target problem is, things that are going on in your work situation you don't like, things that are going on with your health that you don't like, accounting systems that are inadequate. And if you get enough meetings and you go to enough educational things, you can work this out. Okay, so November, is going to carry over some way into December. December is a much easier month. The revolution is ongoing since 2011, but it's redundant at this point. The idea is just be hip, friendly, tech savvy, and so November is much more challenging. December is easier. So I hope it works out for you in November, and I'm wishing you the best November possible. And I'll be seeing you again in December. And my name's Victoria Martin. Thank you very much for watching.
Bu akşam seminerimizi canlı olarak mobil uygulamamız üzerinden yapıyoruz.